All right, welcome. It is Tuesday, April 14th. Today you're gonna need one heavy object, dumbbell, kettlebell, or any kind of heavy object that you can safely raise over your head, and a timer. We've got suggested timer apps in our description below. Today we're gonna start with a warm-up, 3 rounds of shin boxes and forward folds. We're going to do 3 of those. Then we're going to do 6 overhead good mornings. I'll show you those. And then we're going to do 9 tempo air squats with a 3-second descent. And I'll show you those. So first for the shin box forward folds. All right, feet are slightly apart. Start by folding the inside of your right knee to the ground. Boom, that's a shin box. Now, you're going to fold yourself over that left foot. Nice and easy. You're just warming up. Then come back, bring that foot back, bring the left inside knee to the ground, make the shin box, fold over your right foot. Only go as far as your body's letting you. Make sure you're comfortable, able to breathe. Come back up. You're going to repeat those for 3 per side. Then you're going to roll into 6 overhead good mornings. We've done these before, but put your arms up, reach to the ceiling. Head is in neutral, in line with the arms. Push your hips back, butt back until you can't. And then come back up. What we want to be careful of is that we're not losing this midline stability. We're not curling over here. So as soon as that butt is back as far as it'll go, with the legs slightly straight, slight bend in the knee, come right back up. Overhead good mornings. 6 of those, and then we're going to do 9 tempo air squats. And with those, I'd like a 3-second descent. Go ahead and count out loud till you get the feel for a 3-second descent. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. After that last set of tempo air squats, you're going to do 60 butt kickers. Butt kickers are nice and fast in the tempo, trying to touch those heels to your butt, like this. Nice and fast, 60 of those, so 30 each side. All right, press pause and enjoy that warm-up. I'll see you back here for strength. Welcome back. Hopefully you're good and warmed up. Today's strength is an EMOM, every minute on the minute for 16 minutes. You got 4 different movements, so that's 4 rounds of those 4 movements within each minute. This EMOM is set up a little differently. Mostly we've been doing 30 seconds or 20 seconds of work for each minute. In this case, minute 1, we're going to do 50 seconds of work. 50 seconds of up downs, 10 seconds of rest there. Into that second minute, we're going to do 40 seconds of glute bridges with 20 seconds of rest for that second minute. Then the third minute's going to be 30 seconds of flutter kicks with 30 seconds of rest. And the fourth minute is going to be 20 seconds of squat jumps, 40 seconds of rest. And then back up to that minute 1 where you're again doing 50 seconds of up downs, 10 seconds rest, so on and so forth. I'm going to go over those moves for you. The up down, you all know, is also called a squat thrust. Down into that plank, shoot the feet out, bring them back in, come up. Squat thrust or up down. You're doing 50 seconds of those. Then you're doing glute bridges for 40 seconds on minute 2. Get down on that ground, tuck the heels in by the butt, and bring the hips up to the sky. The only thing touching the ground is those shoulders and those shoulder blades, that upper portion of your back and your head. It's nice and neutral, hips to the sky. 40 seconds worth of glute bridges. And then stay on the ground for that 20 seconds of rest after those glute bridges. And you'll be doing flutter kicks for 30 seconds. Lift those feet Yeah, somewhere between 6 and 12 inches off the ground, and flutter kick, nice and straight. Keeping those lower abs engaged the whole time for 30 straight seconds, and then you'll have 30 seconds of rest. If you need more of a challenge on those flutter kicks, and you happen to have some parallettes or even 2 chairs, you can set them up. If I have some parallettes here, but if you were to take 2 chairs, take 2 chairs this way, you could do the same thing on chairs that I'm about to show you. So this harder version of the flutter kick has you starting in an L-sit position, which means your toes are out in front, and then your legs are straight and you're flutter kicking. Not quite as easy, but if you have the skills, do that for your strength portion. And for the last movement, the 4th minute there, we've got 20 seconds of squat jumps. With the squat jump, starting that squat stance. Bring the hands back when you come down, up to the ceiling, back down. You're doing your best to both touch the ceiling, but absorb the landing. So use the whole foot there. Absorb that landing, starting with the ball of your foot down to the heel and the legs. So, just like that for 20 straight seconds, and you'll have your longest rest, 40 seconds, before going back to that 50 seconds of up downs for 16 full minutes. Should be a fun one, a little bit of cardio going on, but a good smidgen of rest too. Press pause, have fun with it, and I'll see you back here for conditioning. All right, welcome back. I know you're warmed up now. For conditioning today, we have a descending ladder, starting with 10 reps, then 9 reps, then 8 reps, then 7 reps, 6 reps, 5 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps, 2 reps, and 1 rep. Your movements are single arm dumbbell thrusters, where each side is a rep. For those single arm dumbbell thrusters, and then burpees is the second movement. So that first round, you're going to do 10 single arm dumbbell thrusters and then 10 burpees, and then you're going into the next round, which is 9, and then into 8, and so forth. All right, to show you that single arm dumbbell thruster, grab your dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever your object is. You can start with that weight in the racked position. So if it's a light enough weight, feel free to just curl it up. But if it's a heavier dumbbell, if that's all you got, or you're working hard on this one, try to clean it up safely, at least from that hang position, okay? Poke that butt back, should be vertical, and clean it into that rack position safely, okay? Once it's in that rack position, you find your squat stance for that thruster. Your free hand is out here for balance, down, parallel or below, and up. Down, up, down, up. Now, each side is a rep on this. So 10 down to 1 is 100 reps. You'll end up doing 50 reps per side. So with the 10, I would probably do 5 per side. Do 5 on the right, then 5 on the left, and split it somewhat that way throughout, okay? And then after your single arm thrusters, that first 10 of the single arm dumbbell thrusters, you're going into burpees. So you did up downs or squat thrusts before, now we're gonna add a push up. Plank there, arms out, down all the way, chest to the ground. Push it back up, boom, burpee. Again, down, up is a burpee. Now, if you need to scale these, go back to those squat thrusts and do Squat thrusts instead of burpees. Okay? Get that clap in there. I think I skipped it for the going over the strength portion. So that's one way to scale a burpee. If you need to scale it even further, no shame in that. Find a bench, coffee table. I'm gonna use the side of my rig here, but you'll get the idea. And just start in the standing position, thrust out, in, up. Okay? That's definitely a scalable option for you. All right, so 10 single arm dumbbell thrusters. I would split them 5 a side and split them going forward. Then 10 burpees. Then you go to 9. Then you go to 8, and so on until you get to 1 and you're done. All right, press pause. Have fun with this. I'll see you back here for a cool down. All right, welcome back for a very necessary cool down. You always have the option to do the shutdown challenge before you do this cool down. It's in the description below. Today's cool down involves the world's greatest stretch. With the world's greatest stretch, we're gonna rest 30 seconds in each pose. I'm gonna show you that now. So start with the world's greatest stretch, get in that plank position, then bring your right foot on the outside of that right hand. You're gonna leave that left hand planted. You're gonna lift that right hand up and try to bring that right elbow to the ground. That is a very strong word, try. Not everybody should be able to, so don't worry about it if you can't, but the point is you're stretching this area right here. Your hamstring, your groin area is opening up. So we're gonna hold this position for about 30 seconds. So from this position, you're gonna go into a pigeon pose. So you can leave that left arm planked and just bring that leg under. Right leg under. Lower yourself onto your elbows if you can. If you can bring your head down, great. But you're gonna hang into this pigeon pose for 30 seconds. You can kind of rock back and forth. Take deep breaths, try to stretch lower each time, but hold that position for about 30 seconds. After the pigeon, come on up into a straight leg, hamstring stretch, bring that toe up. If you can reach that toe, pull it toward you, and you're stretching this, holding this position for about 30 seconds. If you want to do a more dynamic release and stretch for that 30 seconds, you can. And then lastly, keeping that foot forward, you're gonna work into a hip flexor stretch. Bring those hands overhead, push them toward the ceiling and lower, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor. I'll switch sides for you just so you can see. Again, hands toward the ceiling, lower the leg, arch the back. Feeling that stretch here. And hold for about 30 seconds for that pose. And then do the opposite side. Again, holding 30 seconds for each of those poses of the world's greatest stretch. That's your cool down for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining Mitten Fitness, CrossFit Dexter, for these quarantine, stay home, get ripped workouts. Welcome back. Now for the shutdown challenge. The reps will be in your description. I'm going to demo the movements right now. First you have abmats. If you don't have an abmat, you can use a folded sweatshirt. You can even use a couch pillow, small pillow. Tuck that object of cushion, lumbar support up against your tailbone. Feet face each other. Your legs are in the butterfly position. Back, touch the ground, up. Make sure your shoulders cross the plane. That's an ABMAT sit-up. Next, after that is lunges. It's pretty straightforward. Try to find that 90 in the knee. Don't track too far over the toe. Stand back up. Same thing. Alternate legs. Make sure that stride's wide enough to find that 90. After lunges, push-ups. Push-ups look like this. Chest to the ground, if you can. Knees, if you can't do feet from the foot position. And if you need to scale even further, find a bench, ottoman, chair, and do the push-ups to the bench. And last but not least, we have burpees. Burpees, drop to the floor, jump up, or up downs or squat thrusts, plank out, up. Okay, enjoy that challenge. We'll see you tomorrow for the next stay-at-home Get Ripped workout. Thanks so much, you guys. Hey folks, really appreciate you tuning in. Please do us a favor, press that like button, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, like us, follow us. Stay healthy.